Hi everyone, happy Math Standard Monday. As we're getting ready to host our Spring Standards Summit next month, we're going to be spending a few weeks zooming in on standards in grades 6 through 8. We spend so much of our time in the K-5 world building foundations, and I want to intentionally connect that work to where it's headed. And so you'll notice the same exact setup as last Thursday, and that's because all of that work that started in kindergarten with decomposing and thinking about the equal sign then really plays out in middle school. And so our focus for the next few weeks is equations and expressions, and we're going to start in grade 6. So this is the work that lives in 6EEB7. Students solve real world and mathematical problems by writing and solving equations of these two forms: x plus p equals q and px equals q, where p, q, and x are non-negative rational numbers. So that means fractions, check. Decimals, check. Integers, not allowed at this point. Here's a real important thing though. It matters just as much what the standards don't say as what they do say. And one thing that the standard does not say is that students must solve these equations by doing the same thing to both sides. That is not the goal. The goal is flexibility and fluency in writing equations and solving equations. And so if we connect back to where we were last week with kindergarten, students may use reasoning instead of procedures. They may use diagrams or models. They may think flexibly as we think about their journey further in K-5 in terms of missing addends, missing factors, or even scaling, right? If I understand the equal sign as meaning the same as, and I suddenly change this and it becomes something like x plus 6 equals 10, I can think about what value does x have to have for that to be true, right? What plus 6 is the same as 10? So that is why that understanding of the equal sign is so important in K-5 as we start this journey into equations in grade 6. And flexibility in solving matters because next week as we move into grade 7 and we add in parentheses, even more possibilities about understanding structure and solving depending on structure are going to open up. So the thing is, right, if students know just a rule, they get stuck. But if they understand structure, they can reason. And so look for tomorrow's Tuesday Try It if you're subscribed to come right to your inbox, and that's going to focus on solving these one-step 6th grade equations using reasoning, not rules, because that is what's going to support students and take them into grade 7 and beyond.